gangster Vikas Dubey was shot dead this morning by the police after, as the police claims, that he tried to escape following an accident involving one of the vehicles in the Special Task Force convoy, which overturned. Now, Vikas Dubey, who is accused of killing 8 policemen, was being brought to Kanpur after he was nabbed in Madhya Pradesh's Ujjain. The STF vehicle overturned following heavy rains in the region near Kanpur's Sachendi area. Some policemen also have been injured in the accident and were taken to the hospital. Vikas Dubey was arrested outside the famous Mahakal temple in Ujjain on Thursday, and it's when he was being brought back to Kanpur that the accident happened, and the police says he tried to escape, snatched the weapon of a policeman, and then when he was asked to surrender, he refused and fired upon them, and in retaliation, he was killed. These are the visuals from the hospital when he was brought to the hospital as part of the police procedure, where he was declared dead by the hospital authorities. Now, let's go to Alok Pandey, who's right now at the encounter site and bringing us the latest happenings from there.
We are around 30 kilometers outside the Kanpur town right now. This is where that supposed encounter in which Vikas Dubey died has taken place. Alam is just going to move ahead and show you this TUV. This is a Mahindra TUV. And you can see that in front there is a shattered glass, and also this vehicle is overturned. Now, the police version of the sequence of events is that around 7:30 a.m. in the morning, this car that was carrying Vikas Dubey, the gangster, and 4 other policemen, probably belonging to the STF unit of the police, overturned here on the highway that leads to Kanpur from Jhansi. When this car overturned, and you can see the state it is in, Vikas Dubey somehow managed to walk out of here, also with a police revolver, and escaped. There were other cars that were accompanying this one, and the policemen in this car, though injured, the police says, all of them gave chase. At a point of time, they managed to surround Vikas Dubey, and once they surrounded Vikas Dubey, they asked him to surrender. Vikas Dubey, they claim, instead whipped out the pistol that he had stolen from the cops from this overturned vehicle, and he then pointed it at the cops and started firing, and that is when the police had to fire back in retaliation, and that's when Vikas Dubey was killed. That is the police version. Now, of course, you can see over here that there is a lot of crowd, mostly media people, and a lot of policemen here too. We are told that a crane will reach here and take this Jeep or SUV away from here. But those are the sequence of events that the police is talking about. You can see the state of the car must have been a very serious accident. For Vikas Dubey to have walked out of this car with a police pistol in hand and have to run away seems to be, well, incredible if nothing else. But at the moment, Vikas Dubey, the gangster, is dead. We are around 30 kilometers outside of Kanpur. This is where the quote-unquote encounter in which Vikas Dubey, the gangster, got killed took place. So right now what you see over here is an attempt by the government to actually, by the police to actually bring in a crane and get this vehicle towed away from here. This is the SUV 500 or TUV 300, I'm sorry. The SUV in which Vikas was traveling when the incident happened. As these visuals play out of this crane actually towing away the car, I want to speak about the unanswered questions. You know, there are a host of unanswered questions. Number one, 3 hours before the encounter happened, Vikas Dubey was pictured at the Jhansi toll plaza in a Tata Safari in a different car. Why were cars switched? Why did he end up traveling in this SUV or in this TUV 300? That is something that needs to be answered. As we look at these visuals of the crane trying to take the SUV away, the other question that needs answers is why the media contingent that was actually trailing Vikas Dubey, why that media contingent was stopped a while ago before this encounter actually took place. You can see these shots of this vehicle now being towed away, and this is something that you can see right now, this vehicle being towed away from here. So why was that done? Why was the media stopped earlier? An eyewitness also told, some reporters here that he had heard gunshots right here and that he didn't see any accident. Why did that person say that? These are all questions that need answers right now. At the moment, there do not seem to be any answers. With Saibe Alam, this is Alok Pandey, NDTV.
So you just saw that report from the encounter site, and Alok Pandey was bringing us those visuals of that crane apparently towing away the vehicle that underwent the accident in which it seems the dreaded criminal was being taken to Kanpur. Now, there are questions that are being asked by people from a lot of the civil society as well as politicians, which we will be bringing you later. But the big issue right now is that how exactly this entire incident happened. Let's take a look at the timeline of this entire incident. It seems at around 7 o'clock in the morning, there was a vehicle which was carrying Vikas Dubey, and this vehicle had 4 more cops in it, and it was headed towards Kanpur. Now, this vehicle overturned about 30 kilometers from Kanpur. It had entered the district but was still 30 kilometers away from the city when it seems that the car overturned. Now, Dubey and the 4 cops who were traveling in this car were injured, but it seems that Dubey somehow managed to get out of the car, snatch the revolver of one of the policemen and escape. He ran about 100 kilometers from where the car overturned towards the side of the fields, about 100 kilometers into the fields, and that's when the cops, who also got out from the upturned car, gave him a chase, and then they surrounded him. When they surrounded him, they asked him to surrender according to the police, and when he refused to surrender, he fired at the police. The police claims that it is when they faced firing, they retaliated, and during this retaliation, Dubey was injured and he was hit by a bullet. He was taken to the Lala Lajpat Rai Hospital, the nearest government hospital, as part of the procedure of the police, and that's where he was confirmed dead. And it seems that by 7:40 a.m., a senior IPS officer had confirmed Dubey's death in the encounter. So 40 minutes there within which the encounter happened. In fact, within which the criminal tried to escape, tried to fire upon the police, and the encounter was executed. So 40 minutes and the entire story of Vikas Dubey was finished. Now, let's take a look at what people are saying about this. We are seeing a flurry of tweets from the politicians as well as former DGPs as well of UP Police. This is what the former Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh and Samajwadi Party leader Akhilesh Yadav is saying. He's saying that the car didn't overturn, the government was saved from being toppled as secrets would have been revealed. Also, Priyanka Gandhi, who is responsible for the UP politics in Congress, has tweeted and said that the culprit has been killed. What about the crime and those who protect the criminals? Umar Abdullah, former Jammu and Kashmir Chief Minister, has also tweeted and said that dead men tell no tales. SP Ved, former DGP of Jammu and Kashmir, senior police officer, has also tweeted and said Vikas Dubey, notorious criminal and gangster of Kanpur, UP, has been killed in an encounter today morning. As per UP Police, he has met his fate. UP Police deserves credit to not allowing him to escape. It could have been dangerous. Politicians, criminal, police nexus should be uncovered. And now we also spoke to some former police officers, trying to find out what exactly do they think about this encounter, or as some are even raising the issue of some sort of an execution or killing. So let's listen to what exactly the former police officers are saying.
जो अभियुक्त है उसको अस्पताल लाया गया है। यहाँ पे डॉक्टरों ने उसको मृत घोषित कर दिया।
अपराधी विकास दुबे मारा गया है, जिसके पूरे घटनाक्रम से आपको बाद में प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस के माध्यम से अवगत कराया जाएगा। ये पूरी डिटेल्स आपको बताई जाएंगी। अभी हम पुलिस के 4 लोग एक्सीडेंट में घायल हुए हैं, जिनका CSC कल्याणपुर में इलाज चल रहा है।
कानून ने अपना काम किया है। अफसोस और मातम की बात उन लोगों के लिए होगी जो लोग कल पकड़ लिया तो कह रहे थे कि जिंदा क्यों पकड़ लिया, आज मर गया तो कह रहे हैं कि मर कैसे गया, कई राज दफन हो गए। मित्रों, मध्य प्रदेश की पुलिस ने अपना काम किया, गिरफ्तार करके उत्तर प्रदेश पुलिस के हवाले कर दिया। पूछ लो, आपने गैस बनती रहेगी। मध्य प्रदेश पुलिस उसको सीमा तक छोड़ के आई है। रात में उन्होंने अपनी सीमा की बॉर्डर से सुरक्षित उनको दे दिया है।
आपके पुलिस अधिकारी से सवाल किया गया, क्या विकास दुबे सुरक्षित पहुंच पाएगा, तो उनका कहना था मैं उम्मीद करता हूं ना पहुंचे।
ये उनका सोच हो सकता है। इस वक्त आप गृह मंत्री का सोच पूछ रहे हैं, मैं अपना बता रहा हूं।
So we heard the reaction from the SP Kanpur as well as the IG Kanpur and the Home Minister of Madhya Pradesh, where he was caught in Ujjain. Now it seems that the police, when they were taking him to the encounter, the site where he was encountered, and they were basically going to Kanpur, and about 30 kilometers short of Kanpur, this entire incident occurred. They even crossed a toll plaza, I'm sorry. These are the visuals of that toll plaza. This is the car in which Vikas Dubey was going towards Kanpur. He was to be brought in front of the court, a convoy of 3 cars. We've slowed down the visual to bring you a better understanding of the convoy when it passed this toll plaza. He was obviously alive and well. There you see him in that striped shirt sitting between 2 police officers in the back seat. And then after a few minutes, probably about a few hours, he was declared dead. We got to know at 7:40 from our IPS officer that he was dead. Now, let's also try and explain to you how that patch where the entire encounter occurred was sort of isolated by the police. The media was stopped. The media was constantly chasing the convoy, and it seems 2 kilometers before this encounter happened, the location at which this encounter happened, the media was stopped and not allowed to move forward. The eyewitnesses around that area say this is the reason probably why people couldn't see anything. The eyewitnesses over there say they heard the gunshots, but nobody could see anything. 2 kilometers before the encounter site, everybody was stopped. Even now you can see that the traffic is piling up and the traffic is slow in that area. Now it seems a PIL has been, a petition has been filed in the top court about this entire issue. Let's go across to Arunachalam Vaidyanathan for more on this. Vaidya, what are the details?
Actually, this petition has been filed yesterday by a Mumbai-based lawyer who, of course, belongs to UP, Ghanshyam Upadhyay. He yesterday in his petition apprehended that Dubey may be killed in police encounter. He wanted FIR to be filed immediately, and the whole probe into the acts of UP, but Kanpur police demolishing his house and also destroying the expensive cars and also killing the accomplices of Dubey should be transferred to the Chief Central Bureau of Investigation. So today morning after the encounter has happened, he has again requested the Supreme Court registry to take up the case immediately. So anyway, the registry will have to decide whether it's an urgent petition which warrants an immediate hearing, or will it be taken up on Monday. That's the registry will have to decide. But yes, petition has been filed yesterday night itself, apprehending there may be an encounter by the Kanpur police.